No earphones allowed? Enjoy me rocking out to a song that makes you twitch. So, not a super long one, but the malicious compliance mixed with petty revenge was so worth it. Also posted in r/petty revenge. Background: my dad is a scary driver when he wants to be. Always goes extremely fast on the roads, but never insane. Just enough to get the thrill. And not crash us and get an earful from Mum. Mum can lecture us without us even realizing it. She's the head of the house despite Dad being the older and bigger boy, as well as a little old-fashioned. We love and respect her. Also, my dad's got a thing about technology. He doesn't like us having any earphones in when he's driving, even if we're not talking and he's got his Sirius radio cranked up. It was 2 weeks ago that I got a bit of payback. And to note, I'm a 20+ F. To make a long story short, my dad was driving me to another city to pick up my laptop from repairs. The battery needed replacing and was under a 3-year warranty, but only a store in another city actually had battery replacements for the laptop model. Cause, of course, what's been going on in the world lately. And his radio was broken. So the ride was silent, me sitting twitchy from boredom. And the cherry on top? We were in a heavy traffic jam. As in, bumper to literal bumper. Eventually, Dad got fed up with my twitching, and told me to stop. I told him that I'm bored. Dad told me to suck it up. I retorted that I've been holding it in for the past half hour. We went back and forth, until Dad finally told me fine. You can put your music on. But no headphones. I scoffed, but pulled out my phone. As I scrolled through my playlist, I saw a song and an idea hit me. The perfect way to get some payback. And not get in trouble since I was doing as he told me to. So, I hit play, volume turned up. And Girls Are Always Right by G.R.L. started rocking out. I was bobbing my head, grinning, and Dad was doing his best to stay stoic in the driver's seat. I did see his fists clench the steering wheel as the chorus played out. Boy, why you trying to fight? Get this straight tonight. Girls are always right, yeah. Boy, one day you will cry and wish for you and I. Girls are always right, yeah. Oh, that was awesome. I rocked out for that 30 minutes to the song, watching my dad work to keep his temper in check out at the corner of my eye as I rocked out. But, since he gave me permission to listen to my music without headphones, he couldn't say anything against that. And because of the traffic jam, he couldn't even do any crazy driving to scare me. Then, the icing on this revenge cake. The song ended, and I saw Dad relax. And then he twitched as it started playing again. I had stuck the song on repeat. The next 20 so minutes I rocked out to Girls Are Always Right, until my dad politely, if tensely, his teeth were ground, asked me if I could change the song. Grinning, I obliged. And put on Powered by Little Mix. Oh, how he twitched hearing the lyrics. Baby, you're the man. But I got the power. You make rain. But I'll make it shower. You should know, I'm the one who's in control. I'll let you come take the wheel, long as you don't forget. Who got the power? I got the power. I got the power. I got the power. Hold up. Needless to say, for the next hour as we worked through the traffic jam and even after as we drove to the shop, I blasted female empowering music from my phone. Dad was severely twitching by the time we got to the store, and I could tell he was fighting not to lose it. As I put my mask on before walking in after exiting the car, I heard a series of swears explode from Dad from inside the car. It was glorious. He even slammed a fist on the horn. And best part of all this petty revenge? On the way back, I was let wear my headphones. And he saw as I listened to relaxing/epic music by Audio Machine. He has never asked me to not wear headphones when he's driving since. Edit, I just want to note that my dad and I have a complicated relationship. There are days we get along, days we tolerate each other. and days where we are at each other's throats. He tends to micromanage on those days and it pisses me off. Edit 2. Also, I should point out that I have no driver's license. I was going to get it this year, but those plans got scrapped and moved to next year. Sorry, I'm working as fast as I can. I used to work at one of those pharmacy stores. I was part of the pharmacy staff and not the general store. The work includes many tasks like opening the new supplies of drugs, organizing them in their place. But the most important part was helping out the pharmacists as much as possible. My job was basically a cheaper alternative for them to hire another pharmacist. Needless to say, my pay was minimum pay. I'm there to scan all the rest of their stuff, not only from the pharmacy, and take their money after the pharmacist is done giving them their drugs, asking them if they know this drug and then putting stickers on it, and so letting the pharmacist accept the next person on the other register. It's very common to have impatient people coming to our store, and I live in a country with very impatient and rude people in general. One of the things that got on my nerves the most was when people asked me if I could hurry up taking their money and bagging their stuff. Just the nerve and stupidity of that request. I'm always working as fast as I can to shorten the workload with only one pharmacist. Come on, the last thing I want is to have those obnoxious people near me more than necessary. However, something in that request always flipped a switch in me that just shut me down. I would take a deep breath, go a few steps back, grab my stool and bring it back to the front, sit my ass comfortably on the uncomfortable stool and proceed to do my job while practicing mindfulness, passing their items one by one, meticulously checking that the price is correct on each one, bagging the items very carefully, and finally taking their money, and if they paid in cash, making sure I'm giving them the exact amount of change. It was my way of coping with that type of person without completely losing it. Now, it is malicious, but not compliant. I know. But this one time I had this horrible lady come in. She told me to hurry up just as I was finishing taking her money, but then I realized that I didn't see she had another item. It was this small eyeliner that looked like a pen that I missed. To begin with, I hate it when they bring their other shit to pay at the pharmacy register because that's just rude for the other people waiting to get their drugs. But whatever. I told her I forgot to add this eyeliner, apologized, and asked her if she wants it anyways because she said she's in a hurry and our computers were very slow accepting credit cards. Here there is a language barrier, so I'll translate it literally. What I said was something like, "Do you want to let this go?" And she replied with something equivalent to "PFFFFF, we can let you go," which in my language sounds much more malignant, as if she said I'm worthless. At that moment I made prolonged eye contact with her without saying anything for a few seconds because I was a bit shocked with the nerve on this woman. I could see she regretted saying it, but we both knew what was going to happen. I got my stool, put my stupid smile on, and nodded, "No problem." I complied. The thing is, sometimes the scanner doesn't work properly. Especially with those makeup products which have a super small barcode. Well, what can I do but manually insert the barcode number? And it's not my fault that they sometimes put the price tag right on the number, so I have to scratch it off. And sorry, sometimes I type the wrong number. And sometimes the card reader doesn't read the card, so I have to pass it a few times until it does. And sometimes the communication with the credit company fails, or I accidentally press the back button and I have to start all over again. Not my fault. These things happen. But also, these things happen a lot less when the person in front of me is polite and doesn't need a lesson in manners. As you wish. I worked at a Subway years ago and we had a trashy lady come through drive-thru that was incredibly rude with her tone of voice and said multiple times that I better put plenty of mayo on her sandwich cause supposedly we never put enough on there. I decided to oblige and put enough mayo that when it closed it oozed out the sides, easily 4x the normal amount. She glanced at it as I handed the bag to her and got even more mad, saying she was going to call the owner. I said thank you and was on my way. Some people are just never satisfied, not enough then wait too much, didn't realize she was Goldilocks. You want hot sauce? fine by me. Back in 2011 I used to work at a hot dog and burger joint on the graveyard shift. It was a chill job from midnight to 6, but after 6 we'd had a lot of drunk and disorderly upper class living off their dad's riches type customers come in for a quick snack after the nightclubs close. Most of the nights were fine, as most of the customers were on the chill side of drunk at that hour. This one time just after closing 3 guys and a girl want to come in, but we've had closed entry already. I explained this to the quartet of jerks and of course they want in no matter what. I'm literally forced to guard the door while my coworker takes care of the last orders. 15 minutes have passed and they won't leave. I'm starting to get angry because they've been badgering me this entire time, calling me names and whatnot. Anyway, I put my foot down and loudly and clearly explained that they're not gonna get anything and to go away or I'd call the cops. One of the guys sucker punches me, while the 2 others and the girl start stealing things from the outside eating area and running to their car. I didn't have my phone with me, so I sound the alarm of the store, which automatically calls the cops. By the time cops showed up they were long gone. The next day I'm working same shift and just after midnight this guy shows up. Apparently he'd been at the store when the incident happened. Since he's a piece of shit, he starts mocking me about it, how I got punched and had to all the cops, how my work clothes were shit and some other garbage. I'm not fazed by idiots like this anymore, so I don't respond with aggression. He then commits a grave mistake, orders a hot dog with hot sauce. I could only smile. I get a hot dog and start pouring so much hot sauce on that. I give it to him with a smile. He takes a bite. Instantly realizes his mistake as his face is turning so red you'd think he's ready to abolish democracy. Now keep in mind this isn't a franchise store, he can't complain to a manager or write up a complaint at HQ, nor ask me to remake it because it's not to his liking. He did ask for a glass of water, which I of course denied as stores aren't mandated to, and he was a big-time jerk. I offered the alternatives, pay for a soda or go drink tap water out of the bathroom sink. He threw the hot dog in the garbage, and rushed off to the bathroom. Bathroom is outside the store, like a gas station bathroom, so I didn't see him when he left. One of my proudest hot dogs. I am not going to lie to my beloved coworkers for you, manager. Do you want to know how I got these numbers? So I decided to share another story from my tech support call center days. On mobile, not a native speaker. Info: we worked with a program that was connected to our CRM that was guiding us step by step on what to ask customer and what troubleshooting steps to take. It is a really smart and good program, but it is just that program. There were few cases where it could not help at all or provided a wrong solution, and plenty more cases where experienced agent could identify and fix the issue much faster and sometimes even without taking some steps that would severely affect the customer. The issue was that the company did not see it that way and we were required to follow the flow exactly. Every agent had to work outside of it from time to time. Managers still did not like it, but I was part of a group of friends that very much enjoyed the technical side of the job and was notorious for having low compliance to this rule, but we had very good results to show for it, so they mostly let us be. Now to the story. I just came to my shifts and was getting my computer ready when my manager came to me. Hey up, the final results came in and you are number 1 in the team. On today's huddle I'm gonna call you to the front, even though I said in a survey that it was done no longer than few months prior that I like to be recognized for my numbers in private, not in a group setting, and ask you how do you manage to get these good numbers, and I want you to help out the team and tell them it's because you follow the flow. But that's not true, you know that. I can't say that. Sure you can, they will listen to you and it will help our compliance. I'm not gonna lie to them. Please don't call me to the front. This is where our conversation ended and we headed to the couch area to have a 15-minute morning huddle, and 5 minutes into it I'm being called to the front with some awkward forced clapping. Now he is indeed asking me how did I reach such a good numbers, with his slimy eyes looking at me and his bald head nodding like he was assuring me you can become this sleazy office rat like I did. Well, I was super mad at this point as he was forcing me in a really uncomfortable situation and thought in my head, do you want to know how I got these numbers? Sure. Well, it would definitely had to be the fact that I learned to cooperate with our awesome program and use it as my guide during the calls, while keeping in mind it's just a program and keeping an eye open for a better solution for the customer than the program can provide. This way I was able to significantly reduce my technician dispatch rate and my average handling time, since I can often find solutions sooner. I wanted to keep talking, but after this sentence, he kinda roughly interrupted me and thanked me while trying to somehow turn what I said in his favor, but I cannot honestly remember the rest of what was told. I loathe public speaking and am a shy person, and just this sentence in front of 15 people made me sweat as hell. I just remember few guys holding back laughter. The manager came to me right after the huddle and was disappointed that I betrayed his trust, and what do I have to say for the reason I did it, and I just replied with I warned you beforehand, and quickly took an incoming call just so he could not talk to me. I later received few messages from him how he is disappointed and how he thought I wanted to also be a manager one day, but at that stage in the company I knew it's not going to be my long-term career, so whatever. Sorry for this being long, and thank you for reading. Hopefully you enjoy a call center story where the laughingstock is not one of the customers. Big Mama out. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more juicy Reddit relay content.